Hey.
Writing a great personal statement isn't actually that difficult when you know exactly how to go about it, and I'm going to be outlining this in 3 simple steps.
Slip, slide, trying to provide for me.
Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to write a great personal statement. If you're new around here, my name's Sunny and welcome to my channel. If you guys wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing, my first bit of advice, which will actually help you the most significantly, is to Magpie ideas. See, you're not the first person who wants to do this course, and there are people who have written amazing personal statements who have been kind enough to share their personal statements online. And what you can do with this is you can go and read multiple personal statements from people who have applied to the same course as you, and you can become inspired and take elements like structure and phrasing of great personal statements and implement them into yours. For example, if you wanted to study medicine, you could go online, type in example medical school personal statements, and then you'll have about 10, some of them of people applying to things like Cambridge or others applying to Liverpool. And although they'll be very different, you can read them and see what elements which really speak to you or that are relatable to you or that you think look really good, and so you can get inspiration from that kind of idea and then use it in your own personal statement. And this will make it really easy to kickstart you writing your first draft, because that's definitely the biggest hurdle when it comes to writing a personal statement. What am I actually going to write about? And this fixes it because you have lots of examples of what you could write about. This doesn't mean lie, copy, or anything of that sort to do with plagiarism. Make sure what you're writing is honest and that you're not copying someone else's work, but feel free to definitely get inspiration from other people. I've suggested doing this to my own friends when they were stuck writing their personal statements, and I actually did it for myself twice, when I first applied to uni and the most recent time. And you don't need to Magpie from just people who are on the same course as you. You can actually do it from people in the same kind of field as you. For example, if you wanted to do nursing, reading people's personal statement who have applied for physiotherapy or medical school is actually really good, because the soft skills are essentially the same, and you can see how they've described their soft skills through what they've studied or what they've experienced. And if that applies to you, you can also write about something similar. And so it gives you ideas about what to write on as well as the structure and the phrasing. And it's a really good way to start the process. My next piece of advice would be to write your first draft as quickly as you can. Like I mentioned before, this is often the hurdle that a lot of people get stuck on. And you just need to keep in your mind that your first draft is simply the skeleton, and you can change this skeleton as many times as you want. But the main thing is you have to have a skeleton first, or a foundation, before you're able to change it. So I say write your personal statement first draft as quickly as you can, and then from the framework which you have, you'll know, oh, I don't need this. Or you can make a note that this bit is really good, so I'm going to keep this bit. And now that there's a hole in here, I need to find something else to replace it with. That's fine, because the first draft isn't supposed to be perfect. Thinking of it like that will definitely speed up the process, and it will make the whole experience of writing your personal statement less stressful, because you're not trying to get it perfect the first time. And I think that's the mentality a lot of people go into it with, and it's the wrong one in my opinion. And so yeah, that's what I'd advise. Write your first draft knowing that this is just the first draft. It'll probably 80% of it will get scrapped, but that's fine, because 20% of it will be good, and then you know exactly what to change in the other 80%. My last piece of advice for writing a great personal statement is definitely going beyond in getting your proofreaders. Most colleges assign a student to a tutor of some, or an academic tutor of some sort in the establishment, and I don't think you should be afraid to go outside of this scope for your proofreading. Because I found, although my PPT, which is what we called it at my college, was good, their insight wasn't as good as the other members of staff or even medical professionals which I outreach to have a look at my personal statement. And so I'll definitely advise going to people of the field which you are going to be applying for, or going to an old English teacher, because they will definitely be able to critique your fluidity and your grammar a lot more accurately than your academic tutor would be able to. And also your academic coordinator. I found my academic coordinator was especially helpful in the personal statement, right? I believe they have a higher degree of insight as to what makes a great personal statement rather than a designated tutor, because a designated tutor will have a lot more people to look after, so they can't devote as much time to yours specifically. But the academic coordinator, their role isn't to go through personal statements, although they do press send on almost everybody's application as it goes through. That's what I think my academic coordinator knew exactly, or had really good advice to give me compared to my designated tutor. I spoke to my old English teacher from high school, and they gave me amazing advice on how to tweak my grammar here and to make sure that what I was saying in my personal statement was fluid, coherent, things like that, to just play to their strengths better. And then lastly, I had a couple of doctors check my personal statement, like, am I showing the correct soft skills that many medical schools will be looking for, because they will have a better understanding of that as well, being in the actual profession. I truly think following these 3 tips, anybody can write a beautiful personal statement. Definitely good, solid advice, which I encourage you guys to follow. I think we're going to set a like target for this video. If we can hit 15 likes on this video, then I'll go through my own personal statement. We can break it down and I'll explain exactly why I wrote almost each sentence, or the reasoning behind choosing to write what I wrote, because the word count is limited, so what you write has to be very precise and have meaning. I'd feel very happy to share my insight through my own personal statement with you guys.
Hey.
But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you found it useful, and I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Slip, slide, trying to provide for me.